Hello, let's talk about metrics. First of all, what is a metric? A metric is something that should provide stakeholders, including yourself, with some useful data that may potentially lead to decisions. What does this mean? This means that after every activity, or even during the activity, you can extract some data on the progress of the activity and you can analyze that data and identify possible points of action, which means that at the end you will take some decision based on the data that you got. Let's see some examples related to testing. For example, after we run our tests, we can have a number of metrics. For example, test coverage, which could be, for example, from all the tests that I could have implemented, I have implemented a number of them. For example, I have implemented 8 over 10 test cases. Or, for example, the ratio of manual versus automated. From 100 test cases, I have manual 80% and 20% of automated. Another metric could be passing ratio. Passing ratio is basically the result of the run. So how many tests have passed and how many tests have failed. Defects raised. So after a run you raise some defects. So how many defects did you raise? Defects fixed. This is a different kind of metric because this is a long-term one, as this is not a result of your testing, but is a result for the team. So the team will have some defects raised, and after deciding which of them will be fixed right away or in some time, then imagine that after 3 months you can provide a feedback on how many of the defects that you raised have been fixed. Flaggy tests. Flaggy tests is basically those tests that are not stable. So sometimes they are passing, sometimes they are not. If we have metrics that would identify those tests, then we could change them to make them not flaky, to make them stable, and improving our tests set. And runtime. This is really important because sometimes we need to provide feedback really fast when, for example, there is a release, and we need to be ready to run our tests as fast as possible so that we can release in a really fast pace and we can provide support to product team or release team or anything that is involved in the release.